Sixers and Bucks both had title aspirations coming into the season. So which first-round exit do you think will be more disappointing?
I would tell you it's a tough call.
Very.
But I would say to you it would be Milwaukee. The reason both of them are injury depleted.
Yes.
We get that. Giannis and Dame now in Milwaukee, Embiid clearly in Philadelphia. The issue, Shannon, is Milwaukee was disappointing throughout the season.
Correct.
And that's where I'm at with that. It's like, okay, with Giannis in the lineup, y'all weren't right. Y'all were 30-13 and fired your coach. Your defense was suspect. You couldn't get things going. Doc Rivers comes up in there. Y'all still struggling to get it going. You improved defensively, but the record wasn't the same because you were 19-17 with Doc Rivers as your coach in the regular season. You go into the playoffs, Giannis can't go for you. Then Dame goes down. And so when you look at it from that standpoint, it's like with Philadelphia, it depends on what level of how you look at disappointment. You can look at it and go like, damn, it's more disappointing because you're saying if Embiid hadn't been hurt, imagine what we could do.
Yes.
Or you could go to Milwaukee and you could say, hey, y'all were disappointing all damn year. Y'all, they would never, only at the beginning of the season we had any hope, but from the time y'all been playing, y'all were not what we thought y'all would be. I'm going to go that route and use that to crystallize the elevated level of disappointment that I feel in watching Milwaukee struggle the way that they struggle, although I will concede this. I think it helps Doc Rivers immensely because the injury to Giannis and now to Dame gives you a rationale to say, all right, let's run it back for a full season, let you get your staff in tow, let you add 2 additional players or so that are fit, and then let's make a quality run at it next season as opposed to right now. I would say to you that Milwaukee's a bigger disappointment.
Everything you said is true. It's really hard to gauge because both teams are banged up in the playoffs.
Yep.
You're without Giannis, you're without Dame, and Embiid is clearly on one leg. But it doesn't matter. And for all the reasons that you said, it wasn't like the Bucks was streaking along that all of a sudden it came to a screeching halt.
Right.
They were playing bad. Once Adrian Griffin left, they played worse. Since when is 30-13 bad?
Yeah. They did look bad defensively, though. They really, really did. And you got to measure it.
They look better defensively, now they look terrible offensively.
That's fair. But what you were comparing Adrian Griffin to is what Mike Budenholzer gave you all of those years he was there.
Right.
And then you see the metamorphosis
Well,
that
you
took
should have
place.
kept Budenholzer.
And you say, well, son, right? Say what?
You should have kept Budenholzer. At some point in time, now, you know who pulling the strings in Milwaukee, right? Because at some point in time, there have been a lot of coaches coming and going. And this man has escaped criticism. You know who I'm talking about.
Giannis. Talk about Giannis?
Yes.
Well, I ain't going to lie. He ain't running from the smoke now. I've spoken to Giannis. I've seen Giannis. You've seen him in press conferences. He be like, listen, I didn't make the decision, but they asked me what I felt, and I told them. And he says, I'm always going to tell them when they ask me.
Right. Okay.
He ain't running from it. He ain't running from it.
So when it don't pan out like he wanted to.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna have that. Now, hey, in 5 years, when we start talking where we rank Giannis,
yes,
I want to have that. I want to have that same smoke because there's a lot of coaches that's left Milwaukee thanks to his blessing.
Well, I will tell you this. The one game they did win in this series was when Damian Lillard went ballistic in the first half and reminded you who the hell Dame Dollar is. And he's had to deal with a lot of challenges that have been publicized and what have you. We love him. We wish him nothing but the best. I think next year will be even better for Damian Lillard. He's got that kind of pride. He's got that kind of moxie, that kind of game. And I believe in that brother, and I think he's big time. I think he's going to answer the call. I just don't think it's going to be this series.
Yeah, I was disappointed in Bobby Portis. You already know you're down your 2 best players.
Yeah.
You're the 4th best player.
Yep.
And then you do what you did.
Yeah.
Why would you leave your team further in harm's way?
Yeah.
Bro, you just got to eat that. When the dude shove you, okay, so be it.
Exactly.
You can't leave your brothers hanging out to dry.
Well, that's what I felt about Russell Westbrook in Game 3 on Friday.
Yes.
With the Clippers. As much as Kawhi is down.
Right.
Him and Paul George combined to score 16 points. James Harden out there busting his tail. You know Terrence Mann and the rest of the crew is doing it. And I believe in Russell Westbrook as a Clipper. Whatever he was as a Laker, completely thrown out the window as a Clipper. He has been a godsend for the Clippers. How do you put yourself in a position where you upped in the first half and you damn near clothesline somebody, and then in the second half, you turn around and you getting into it with Luka, P.J. Washington, shoving aside refs, get yourself ejected and all of that other stuff. I can't believe Russell Westbrook put himself in that position knowing how much he's needed.
Right.
So what you're saying about Bobby Portis is absolutely right, but it's also applicable to Russell Westbrook. These guys got to know better than that.
And the thing with the Sixers was when Joel Embiid was healthy and he was in the lineup.
Yeah.
We was thought, okay, he was on the MVP pace, and the Sixers looked like they were going to be a 1 or 2 seed. He goes down. Obviously, you're talking about one of the 2 or 3 best players in all of basketball.
Right.
Clearly, if he goes out of your lineup, it's going to hamper or hinder what you're able to do.
Right.
But Stephen A., this is like, and I give the old adage, a ton of bricks or a ton of feathers, which is most disappointing. Both teams are injured going into the playoffs. Now, the Sixers had an opportunity. Sixers really should be up 3-1. You know that, too.
I'm not going to go that far.
You know that. They had a 5-point lead with 30 seconds.
At least give me 2-2.
Wanna try to post at what I look like. Keep them down, try to wear, I pull up long range. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA on the ESPN.